Hi everyone, my name is Thryss if you are new to my channel. If you are not new to my channel and you are a returning stitchie, then welcome back. So I have a different video to do today. And this is kind of a hard, something, I don't even know how to start this. Okay. There is a video that I'm going to link below that I want you guys, after you're done with this one, I would like you guys to go watch. It is a video on Dee, from Dee's Creative Hands Crochet on her channel, supporting a charity. The woman running it is the woman that helps her mom, which we call Tutu. It is a hospice nurse that does a charity on the side for the homeless. If you've been here for a while, I've mentioned things regarding the homeless and how it has a very special place in my heart. And I want to do what I can to try to help. Okay. I clearly did not come into this with a script or any idea of how I was going to do this. Okay. I'm going to tell my story. I'm not going to tell all of the details, just a short gist of it and what you can do to help. Sorry, I had to pause real quick. I'm going to tell you how you can help and what I am going to give one of you at random if you do. Okay, this is probably all over the place. I'm very sorry. So the lady's name is, I'm going to briefly tell her story, but her name is Yolanda, and she used to live in Las Vegas, and her and a friend of hers started handing out things to the homeless, like blankets and things like that, and then started making bags with all sorts of things in it, some staple foods and toiletries, hygiene, things like that. And her friend, now that Yolanda is living here, her friend has continued that in Las Vegas, and Yolanda wants to start it here now that she lives in Michigan. And there's a different set of needs being in Michigan versus being in Las Vegas. Andrew and I have done this on our own for a long time. We have went and made go bags, if you will, with all kinds of little things in it. Or if we saw somebody homeless by, like the last time there was a man by a convenience store and restaurant, and so I went into the convenience store and just made one of those bags there on the spot. So she has 16 bags made right now. There's no limit to how many bags she could make because there's such a big homeless population here in Metro Detroit. It's very, very sad. So in that video, she was like, I don't know, maybe 50. I think we can do better than that. Shoot for the moon. I mean, why not? So this is such a big, helpful, loving community, and we're coming up on the season of giving. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, I'm very nervous. Okay. So, when I was young, I've talked about a few times that my upbringing was very tumultuous, and luckily it wasn't too long of a time, but as a young teenager, I was by myself, and I was homeless. Found myself in, I am not going to cry, no. Found myself in a really bad position in life, and by myself. And no. I would live in cars, and not my car because I was a kid and I couldn't drive. It would be strangers' vehicles. I still went to school because school was, you know, I understood the importance of school. And it is not like it is today where the schools are super heavily involved in students and notice things like this. Like, at least where I was at, they could, you know, they couldn't care less. So I still went to school and everything, but at night when everybody would be going to bed and things like that, you know, you just start to pay attention to how people move, to what houses go to bed and stay in bed all night, when they go to work in the morning, and things like that. And you start to learn people's routines. And I would crawl in the back seat of strangers' cars and sleep. And the food, oh, I can't believe I'm sharing this. Okay. All right. There is no dignity in being homeless and having to live like this. So you get brought to a place that now I would never, I look at the things that I did back then and I'm like, I would never do that. Ew, gross, or, you know, but I would, you know, drink containers of water or pop or whatever people had left in the car. You know, you do what you got to do to eat and drink, and, you know, and I could have gone to the system. I was a kid. I could have gone to a police station or a hospital or, you know, something like that, and said my circumstances and gotten help, gotten shelter, but I had been in the system and it was horrible and I didn't want to return to that. So, mind you, again, this was a very, very short amount of time. But, and then I would make sure I was out of the car by time people went to work. So I'm going to leave it at that. That was really hard for me to share. I don't really want to share any, you know, a lot of bad things happen when you're living in a world like that. 'Cause it's dangerous, you know, and so I'm just going to leave it there. But I had a time where I was homeless, and I will say that things like what Dee and I now, Dee doesn't know I'm doing this, by the way. So she's gonna find out when you guys find out. Things like this, the kindness of strangers, people, you know, friends would steal stuff out of their parents' kitchens and give to me, and but just, you know, things like this made a difference. And when I was living in the system, my coats, my hygiene, like all of my belongings came from things like this, from programs to the state or from charities like this, who made sure as much as they could that people that were at risk or that were, you know, in these situations had at very least the bare necessities. And it makes a huge world of difference. I'm going to tell you right now, the happiest gifts that I ever received, the times I felt the most like I'm rich, was when I had clean socks, a toothbrush and toothpaste, wipes to wipe myself down. When when I got to feel human. I got to feel clean, and I got to feel human. I had food in my belly, I had a drink, and I had more things in my backpack. That gives you a lot of hope. Okay, I'm getting through it. So, that being said, things like this really have my heart. And it makes me want to empty my house, empty my bank accounts, like give everything, you know. Like these are the things that really pull at my heartstrings. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave a list in the description box of items, and here's how we're going to do this. Okay, it costs a lot to send heavier stuff. So like peanut butter, bread, like staple items that isn't really feasible to send through the mail. Or if you just don't have the time, don't want to waste any of the money on shipping, which I get, or don't know what to pick out, I'm going to leave my PayPal below. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take whatever, money donations anybody wants to send, and I am going to take those, and I'm going to go buy the things, and then I will take them to Dee, because I will be meeting up with her soon, and several times within the next, couple of months. That way there's no money spent on shipping. All of that shipping money will go to those items. And then people who do want to send items, I'm going to leave the P.O. box that Dee has in the description box below, where you can directly send things to her. I'm going to tell you a list of things in just a moment, but how I'm going to do like a little giveaway for this. What you'll need to do, I'm going to leave an email in the description box below that will be for this. It is going to be just like the charity for Sarah Nicole for Butters, just like we did with that. If you are doing a monetary donation, you're going to send me a screenshot. Obviously, if I get it in my PayPal, well, no, I still need you to do the email. Sorry. I still need you to do the email because that's where I'm picking from. So if you send a monetary donation, I need you to send me an email with a screenshot of it. Don't rely on me just seeing it in the PayPal. I will see it, but I'm picking from the emails. That's how I do this. I just go through the emails and write the names down. So if you do a monetary donation, you're going to send me a screenshot of that monetary donation. We're going to let this go until December 1st. I'm going to pick on December 1st. If you choose to send physical items, then what you're going to do is you're going to send me a picture of your shipping slip. And you're going to send it to that email as well. And then I'm going to pick somebody at random from those emails. And this is what, and it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if you send $5, if you send $50, if you, ship a package of socks, if you ship, I don't know, a store. So this is a hank of blue heron yarn. If you know, these are very expensive. These are very nice. This one is in sandstone. This is the rayon metallic. There are 550 yards in this. This is in the color sandstone. It's got a ton. It's got 12% metallic, which is a lot. It is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It is hard to let this go. I'm not gonna lie, but this is for charity. So big, big stakes, big rewards, whatever. Some ideas if you would like to send physical things. This is where the crochet and knitting community shine. They could use hats, scarves, mittens, wraps, blankets are fine, and it doesn't have to be crochet and knit blankets. You could send those fleece blankets, the ones that you like cut the tops and then tie them together, those like no-sew blankets, fleece blankets, those are great. Yolanda was saying that there is, or Dee was saying that there is a thing that Joanne sometimes does once a year where you can buy in bulk those no-sew fleece blanket kits. That's a thing. Anything that will keep people warm, because it's Michigan and it's cold. It's 20 degrees and snowing right now. I can tell you firsthand, that's miserable and it's dangerous. So deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, floss. I can't tell you how far morally, like, your morale having a clean mouth goes. I don't remember if I said deodorant. Chapstick, Band-Aids, believe it or not, that's a big one. Wipes, you know, like baby wipes or whatever. Socks are a really good one. That's a really good one. Washcloths. There are things like no rinse shampoo and body washes and stuff where you don't have to have water. Lotion would be a good one. Combs, brushes. So some food staples would be like crackers, bread, peanuts, water bottles. Again, water bottles would be really expensive. That would be something that I would go buy with the money, if that is something that Yolanda would take. Gatorade is a really, really good one. Man, I'm trying to think of pen and paper. Pen and paper is a really good one to have. You don't know how often you actually need that. And an idea that you can do if you want to buy the items yourself, you could go to the Dollar Tree. There's nothing wrong with that stuff. You could go to the Dollar Tree and buy shampoo, body wash, and all those, you know, some of those other things. Go down the hygiene aisle, and there's so many things. Now, keep in mind, they're not living in a home. Mobile. Keep that in mind. But when you're homeless, a lot of the time you learn the bathrooms you can go to that you can, you know, sponge bathe, and some of the truck stops and some other, you know, shelters and stuff like that. Places that you can go to shower. Hair ties for women. Well, I mean, men too. Feminine hygiene products is a really big one for women. Even people who have homes, but who are living at poverty levels, really struggle for feminine hygiene products. Tampons, pads, that might get me demonetized. I don't care. We have periods. It is what it is. Get over it, YouTube. And there are needs that go with that, and they're extremely expensive. So things like that would be very helpful. I mean, if you wanted to go so far as to coats and things, you know, I'm sure there really is not, other than perishable items, I'm sure there's really not a bad thing that she wouldn't take. Okay, I had to pause and go help Patrick, so it's been a little bit. I don't remember where I left off. So just basically, in a nutshell, if you, sorry, I keep having to pause. Basically, just to, in a nutshell, financial donations, I will leave all that below. You will email a screenshot. Physical donations, you will mail it to Dees P.O. Box, which I will leave below, and you will send me a picture of the shipping receipt. And then I will end this on the 1st, and give me a few days to write it all down. I promise it won't take as long as the one for Butters did. And somebody at random will win the blue heron Hank. This community is amazing, and I know we can come together and just blow Yolanda's mind. I mean, let's just, whatever her wildest dreams are, let's just triple that. I mean, let's do this up so well. Like, she just couldn't even expect it. You know what I mean? And from truly the bottom of my heart, I want to tell anybody who helps, thank you. And anybody in their spirit who wants to but can't, I understand. And thank you for wanting to send prayers, send, you know, manifesting some positivity and healing, and you know, people to see their path and that just open up for them. There's some, even if you can't do anything, there's still something you can do. You can do that. So yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna get this done, and then I'm gonna upload this tomorrow. So please, if you have a channel, consider sharing this out so it can reach as many people as possible. I would really appreciate that. But having been on the other side of this, you guys just, you can't know unless you've been there how much of an impact any size of a gesture can go. And sometimes it can genuinely be the turning point in people feeling like there's hope and like they can actually get out of the situation that they're in. You know, a fire begins with a spark. So be that spark. I'm challenging you guys to be that spark. So I love you guys before I completely melt down. Thank you very much. I hope I didn't leave anything out, but this is going to be really good. So thank you guys.